I wanted to share a piece of my story and my journey with healing the chronic headaches that I had for 22 years. And a really crucial part of the process that happened in the first 2 weeks of my breathwork training 3 years ago. And so, as I was in the middle of this breathwork training, I had the realization that I had spent my entire life since I was 6 years old trying to fix these headaches. And of course, I resisted the hell out of them. Pain is not fun, so we resist it. And had always been trying to really find that answer. And most of that was coming from outside of me. And so I shifted that from seeing it as a message of trying to allow me to see where I was limiting myself. The body, a lot of times, is really just a reflection of our beliefs and our expectations, along with our reality. And so I realized that I had this belief that I was damaged and I had this issue that needed to be fixed. And so that belief was being reflected, and I was giving it energy. And so I started to really see these limiting beliefs and subconscious conditionings that had been operating so deeply that I didn't even really recognize that it was there. And a lot of the research now is showing that at least 95% of all of the issues that we have this emotional, energetic root cause. And there's some really incredible healers that have identified exactly what those limiting thoughts and beliefs are and how they manifest in every single condition pretty much out there. And so I will attach one of my favorite lists of that from Louise Hay. And for me, it was spot on. For headaches, a lot of times it has to do with self-criticism and just disapproving of self, a lot of self-worth issues. And so that was a lot of the stuff that came up in my breathwork training of just how hard I was on myself and not feeling worthy, which is common for a lot of us. And so I wanted to share one of my favorite techniques for really getting into the software of our being. And research has also shown that our reality is coming from our subconscious mind 95% of the time. And so it takes some strategy to be able to access that subconscious part of our being and really shift these programs that have become so ingrained. And so this practice is, I would say, I've been doing it for maybe 6 years, and I've seen the most tangible results with this practice, probably more than anything, just the most obvious results in a really short amount of time. And I call it self-talk. And it may sound awkward or funny, but it actually feels really good to do on a daily basis. And so you can kind of design it however you want. I'm going to share how I do it. So what I do is I record myself speaking for usually around 2 to 3 minutes, and I create different self-talks, maybe like every few months, whenever you feel like you want to do a new one. And a lot of it has to do with invoking feelings. So when we really want to make shifts, we have to involve the body, not just the mind. And so we can really do that when we create a clear intention and combine that with an elevated emotion, because then we're connecting the mind and the body, and we are changing our state of being from the inside. And therefore our reality can reflect in a different way to match this new vibration or state of being. And so for me, the easiest way to come into my heart and into my body and really feel the feeling is through gratitude. So a lot of my self-talk is just simply talking about the things that I feel grateful for and the feelings that are connected to those experiences or circumstances. And if you have something specific that you're wanting to create or heal, shift, whatever it is, it can be really powerful to act as if that is already happened, as if it's already present in your life. And so it's not so much that you are playing these mind games with yourself and lying to yourself, but you are putting yourself in that feeling that that new situation or way of being will put you in, that the feeling that you're after. And so, for example, if I was trying to heal headaches, I would stay away from saying things like, I don't want to have headaches anymore, or I don't have any headaches anymore. Instead, I would think about the ways that I want to feel and the ways that I would feel if I didn't ever have headaches. So it could be something like, I love to engage with people and I feel at peace when I wake up in the morning. I love to go on adventures through traveling, snowboarding, rafting, and I experience a lot of joy in my life. So whatever it is, you can get really specific and say it in a way that when you're listening to it, you can really feel those feelings. And so, yeah, play with it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. But I guess my biggest advice is just think about the feelings that are in alignment for you and what your soul is really craving. And so I think that's it. I will also attach an article that I really like from Joe Dispenza that talks about how to create a clear intention and combine it with an elevated emotion. And so really stepping out of our past and engaging in actively creating this new reality that is true for you. So I will attach that in the comments along with the Louise Hay list. And just another tip on the self-talk. So you can just download a voice recorder. There's plenty on your phone. And I like to, on my phone, actually play like a meditation track. You can just play it right on your phone as you're recording the self-talk. And I highly recommend listening to it right when you wake up and or right when you go to bed. That's when our subconscious is the most accessible. And yeah, let me know how it goes. I have just been so blown away by this really simple, almost silly practice. And I've known other people that have also had some really incredible transformation that's come from it. And I hope this allows you to just view healing in a different way. It's something that is a catalyst for our transformation and is here to help us. And so we can just let that messenger in and see what it's trying to tell us. So please reach out with any questions or advice that you have, and I will continue to post more resources and continue to share my journey with healing chronic headaches.